Good morning, traders. I hope you've been enjoying this roller coaster ride that we've been on. Had a little bit of a big old dip last night, and it was exciting. But what are we doing now? Good morning. Glad you're here. This is the Jim of All Trades channel. I'm Jim. I'm a Forex trader and a cryptocurrency trader. I trade using Elliott Wave principles, as well as many other principles as well. But I interpret the market as it's being formed through Elliott Wave. So glad you're here. I hope you can stick around to learn what I'm seeing today. We're going to look at a couple things very quickly. We're just going to do a quick video update on price targets, where Bitcoin and Litecoin are, and where they might be heading. With that in mind, let me just say I'm not a financial advisor. I'm definitely not that. I'm a trader, and I'm showing you how I trade. I'm showing you how I spend my money. I'm not telling you how to spend yours. All right. Well, let's jump into the charts. We're looking at the Bitcoin 1 hour chart. We're under the assumption, I'm not going to zoom out and show you my larger count, but we're under the assumption that we're finishing the last wave of a final push up for Bitcoin. Now, there's a couple of things. Number one, this could be finished completely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All that's 5, and this is done, and we are heading down from here. This is the beginning of the correction. I want you to know that that's a strong possibility, and that's in my mindset. Okay. Secondly, this may be just the third wave that is complete, and then we're coming down for a fourth wave. Probably going to make a triangle or something right in here. Probably oscillate back and forth for many days until we finally push up to maybe I don't know, 92 to 9600. We'll look at those targets. Probably about 9600 is probably the higher target there for 5 waves up. We'll look at that as we get closer. Okay, so these are my two different scenarios. Let's talk about both and see how we might trade it as well. Okay, so let's jump into the 15-minute time frame. Let's zoom in on what's going on here. Let me just say I don't know exactly what's going on here. I don't have to know, but I could still trade it. But we could tell you a couple of scenarios so you can be thinking about it. Okay, let's jump into the 20-minute time frame and see what happens here. See if that gives us a good target. There we go. Now. What I'm thinking here is in this 3 wave, we've got a subdivision of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we had 5 to the high. Now I'm not sure if this made slightly a larger high, so this might be 1, 2. This whole thing is the third wave. You know, 4 or 5. I think it's more likely that this is actually the high right here. It's not the high so much because we broke the high, but this is the first leg of the correction. Here we have 3 waves coming down. We got 3 waves coming up. We should have 3 waves coming down as well. So I'll tell you what my target is for that in just a second. That's a potential. I want to share that with you. Um, Price is coming down in Litecoin. I may have to shift over to Litecoin here in just a little bit because I've got a trade working there. At least I'm looking for a target of about $88, so I want to be able to hit that. So if I shift over in the video, I might do some thinking out loud with you. So that might be a good thing. Okay. Now let's zoom in a little bit closer here and see what's going on right here. Okay. Let's go to the maybe the 10-minute time frame and check it out. You can see that we clearly have 3 waves coming down. 1, 2, 3 right there. Man, it even, you might even say it's 5 waves, but let's throw the fibs on it and let's see. What we do is we throw the fibs on it to see if it's corrective or motive. If it comes to the 1276 or the 1-to-1 extension, we know it's corrective. If it comes to the 1618 or lower, we know it's motive in general terms. Okay. You can see how it stopped here at the 1276. We know this was corrective. So then the question is, what is this going up? Is it 5 waves? Well, it potentially could be. My problem is it just stopped short of finishing it. How do you count that if it's 5 waves? It just doesn't look like a structure that is 5 wave-ish. Let's throw the fibs on it and see. We'll come up. That's the first swing to the second swing. And you can see how we came to the 1-to-1 extension, which tells me that we probably are working with a flat here, a flat correction, a B wave. This is a 4 wave. This is a B wave, but it's a flat correction. So a flat correction means that the B wave comes up to the level of the A wave and can't even surpass it. So that is exactly what has happened here. So it just broke the high. Why do you think it broke the high? Well, the market makers know what they're doing. And when people see higher highs, they get in. They get into markets. They say, "Oh, we're going up," and so everybody got excited. We broke the high. We're going up higher. So a lot of traders jumped in up here, and they sell right into the buys. And that's exactly what flats are designed to do. So this is probably A. B. That means C is just going to probably come down here to the level of A. It could be a little truncated. That is a possibility. So we might be done this correction, or we have one more push lower. So understand that. So let's zoom in a little bit closer and see. Now I put these red lines here are my price targets. Okay, these are structure points that we see. So there's one, there's one, there's one. Let's do the fibs on that whole structure and see what we can see here. Right there. And so we're looking at 7,600. It comes to the one-to-one extension. That would probably be a very good high likelihood, high probability trade right there. So looks like we're coming down to about 7,600 for a correction. Then we're gonna see a bounce from there. That's what I'm thinking. We'll have to see how it plays out. Be aware of that. So that's what I'm looking at. Then we're looking for 5 waves up. We're definitely going to hit the 8,500 mark. That'll be a target that we're looking for. So just for that'll get us into a couple of days. That'll be high enough, but most likely we're going to head up to 96. That's probably where we're headed. Okay. Let's jump into the Litecoin and see what we can see there as well. Okay, Litecoin's a little different. I think this whole thing was a 3-wave. I don't want to justify it to you, but I think potentially that we're dealing with a 3-wave, and coming down for 4. We have one more trip up to make 5. Now I think this is a little different in the way it's playing out, though it's coming down steeply. I put the fibs on it already. You can see, and we've got the fibs right here. 91 is the one-to-one extension, and then 1276 is 88.79. Those are my price targets there. So to see a structure point right around the 88.79, right here is structure. Right there, several touches right there. So looks like about $88 is going to be our bottom here. Now remember, we could go down to 85.17, and if it does that, then I need to reanalyze our count. And I'll look at a potential down count as well, because because if it comes down to the 1618, we're talking a 3-wave. So this would be a 1, 2, 3 down to here, be going up for 4 and 5. And so if that's the case, we're not going up, we're just going down from here. And so the wave would look something like this. Let me see if I can get my targets here. There we go. The wave would be, this would be a 1, 2. This whole thing would be 3. 4 would come back here, and then 5 would be coming down here. That would be a 1 wave. Then what we're doing is looking for a larger bounce up in this region to back to test the top, probably to the 104 region, 102 to the 100, in that ballpark. So that's a potential as well. So if we're coming down from here, and that's a possibility, this is what that 1 wave would look like, something like that. So regardless, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a bounce off the 1276. I'm going to trade that as this comes down, and you can see how we're approaching it. I'm looking for a bounce to happen here. If this stops right here and bounces up, that's going to be a trade as well, so I'm looking for that as well. But if it comes down here and bounces, that's a trade for me. So what are we looking for if that's the case? Well, if that's the case, we're looking for a ride up to close to 110. Our 110 is our next target. So we'll have to count those waves as they go up. If it just bounces here in a very small way like these others have, we're gonna stop the trade out. So we're gonna stop and break even. Most likely we're gonna get a bounce here off the $88 mark. It's gonna bounce up just like it's bounced right here. These little bounces. If we get one more little bounce like that and come down to the 1618, then we know we're gonna get a larger bounce, and that means that this isn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this is actually the beginning of our downtrend. Okay, so we know that that's what we're looking for. So understand those two different scenarios. We stop here and go up, we're going up. If we stop here and go up, then we're only going up for a little bounce. And so what's that bounce going to look like? Well, it would only retrace, most likely that kind of a bounce would only retrace about 32% of the 3-wave. Um, Actually, let me just measure the 3-wave here. Sorry, Control Z. Yeah, there we go. Let's get the fibs off. So if it stops, no, sorry, if it stops here at the 1618, then we're looking for a bounce, something like um, back up to, what does that say? I can't even read it. 9176, right there to the 382, to about 93. 91 to 76 to about 93.76, and so that's what we would be looking for roughly, if price comes down, and that's still an okay trade. That's $85 to 91 to 93, so that's a pretty decent little trade anyway. So regardless, I'm going to be looking to trade in this area or this area. That's what I'm doing, and so it's setting up nicely for that. So be ready for that pullback. Be ready for that, and then you can look. You can look for a jump in there, possibly. I'm going to be looking for a jump in there, not telling you what to do with your money. Okay, so those are the scenarios. That's what I'm looking at. So it'll all be told. The tail will be told when we get here to the $88 mark, if we do. Now, if this stops here and goes up from here, what kind of bounce can we expect here? Well, we would expect a one wave. Okay, we would expect 5 waves going up, and this actually would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so let's zoom into that and consider that as a scenario for trading this. And so the question is this a 1 and a 2? Well, it doesn't look like it, and let me just tell you why it doesn't look like it. That this looks very 3-wave-ish. So when I put the fibs on it, yeah, it doesn't. Well, it goes to the 618. That might be the fifth. That might be the top of a 5th wave indeed, and that one wave is right in here. I'd have to go to the 1 minute for you to see it. It's right there. I can see the potential. So that could be a 5 wave. Okay, let's check the fibs on this guy and see what that's looking like. That stopped at the 1276, but it wicked down to the 618. Chances are they're just trying to fool some traders into that. That's my gut feeling. They're trying to, with this pullback right here, they're trying to fool traders into a trade. So that is my gut feeling on that. They're making it look like 5 waves and 3 waves. It may be 5 waves and 3 waves, and we are going up from there. So if we did go up from there, we should expect our first target to be $99. That would be a 3rd wave. Okay, I'm not seeing it, guys. I'm not seeing that, but that is a potential. I just want you to know that is a potential count. This would be 1, 2, would be coming up for 3, 4, and 5. The problem is, see, that wave would just come up short. I don't feel that, guys. Yeah, that's my gut on that. So just you be aware of that. So if we get a bounce here and it comes up and breaks this high, that's great. Look for a pullback and jump in. This could be just a larger ABC, which means it would stop here at the $97 to $96 mark. So those are all potentials as well. Just want you to be aware of all the potentials. We're trying to listen. Elliott wave is not about knowing what's going to happen. It's about knowing. It's about predicting possibilities of what might happen. And if that happens, as it plays out, we can be ready for a trade in any scenario. Okay, all right. I hope that helps you think through trading in this environment. Actually, it's not as so high risk anymore as we're coming down. We got a good little correction, and we know the scenarios. We know that price could be coming down from here, but there's still trades to be had in here if you want to have them. Okay, all right. Hey, leave a like if you liked the video, if that was helpful content to you. Subscribe to the channel if that helps you as well, and hit the notification bell. I make videos every day, and I don't want you to miss any of the content. To give you price updates, and I often will make a video if there's a need. If price isn't doing what I expected in the video, I'll make a follow-up video just to correct it and just to warn you. And if you hit the notification bell, you will know about that video when it comes out. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Please be careful trading. This is a risky environment, and the market makers know how to take your money, so be careful. All right, y'all have a great day.